Hi guys, my name is Ben Quashie. I'm a theatre director and producer, and today we're going to go through adapting your Bookfest books for an audio drama. So an audio drama is quite similar to just someone reading the book aloud. It's the same as a theatre play or a YouTube video. There's just no visuals, there's nothing in front of someone to see. It's all using your ears, trying to create a world but using sound to tell the story rather than the extra visual cues you might get. So what we're going to go through today is different ways you can record your audio drama and just some considerations about making it the best thing it can be. Earlier, you had a go at writing dialogue for 2 characters from the book you're using. We'll be using that dialogue for this workshop. If you've got multiple characters, the easiest way to do it is to have multiple people voice those characters. You get different people reading them, and it helps a listener to your audio play figure out who's who, rather than having one person read the same character in the same voice. It can get quite confusing quite quickly. If you don't have multiple people to read characters, what you can do is try doing different voices. You can try doing different accents. I'm really bad at accents personally. So what I might do is try and make my voice really high, and that will really differentiate myself from a character who speaks really lowly. You can try a character that speaks incredibly slowly for all their lines, versus a character that might speak very, very fast and it's hard to understand them. But hey, sometimes that works, and it just helps differentiate the different characters from each other. So when someone's listening, again, they can't see, so you know who's speaking the whole way through. So how would you go about recording the audio for your audio drama? The easiest way is going to be using your phone or your tablet. A lot of them have a voice note function nowadays, which will let you record any sort of audio. Or if it doesn't have that, what you can do is record video. Just place the camera face down on the table, and that way it's going to record a black screen, but you're still getting the audio coming through. You want to make sure that everyone is spread equally around the recording device, so that way no one sounds too far away or anyone sounds too close. And you want to try and make sure you're in the quietest room possible. So if your friends are making a bunch of noise in the classroom, just tell them to maybe keep it down for a couple of minutes whilst you're recording. That's to stop any sort of background noise from invading into your masterpiece. That way no one gets lost as to where they are. Because if you're supposed to be in the woods and you can hear a playground outside, things might get a bit confusing. Think about how your characters are going to deliver their lines. There's lots of different ways you can use silence or just quiet voices versus being very, very loud. If your character's trying to say something secretly, maybe you whisper the line. Think about different ways you can say something quietly without having to act out that you're being secretive. Or if your character's really angry, for example, what if they're really, really loud? How does that portray the emotion that you want to get through for your characters? Think about what they're feeling in that moment. What would be a good idea, just before you hit record, is to give a read through the script and write down all the emotions that your character might be feeling. Think about going big rather than going small. Your voice will come off a lot better in the recording, otherwise you'll just kind of sound muffled in the background, and we don't want that. This is your time to shine. As an exercise, I'd like you to write down 10 different emotions. That could be happy or sad, frightened, confused, ecstatic, energized. And I want you to choose one of the lines that your character reads in your audio drama. Have a go saying that one line those 10 different ways, and notice how your voice can portray different emotions in different ways. Take some time now to practice and go through those. In order to complete this task, hit pause in the video and we'll be back in a moment. Okay, now you've completed that exercise, you've got all the tools you need ready to record your audio drama. You know who's saying what lines, you know the environment around you, and making sure it's quiet enough so that way the microphone only picks up your voice and no other background noise. And you also know what type of emotion your character is trying to portray throughout the whole piece. So now, hit record and we'll come back for the next bit. Okay, we're back. You've all recorded your audio drama. Well done, guys. That's the first step. What we're going to do now is build the world around your audio. So you've got your voices telling the story, which is really, really important. But again, because it's just audio, there's no visual, it's important for us to build the world around your play. So that way it goes in tandem with the audio, the lines you've just recorded, to make one whole piece. So, thinking about building the world of your play, we're going to look at soundscapes. Together as a class, we're going to make one soundscape as an example, and we're going to use a jungle to do this. Group 1, I want you to think about the sounds the trees might make, especially if it's in a windy day. Group 2, the type of animals you might find in the jungle. Group 3, the birds that will be living in the trees in your jungle. And Group 4, think about the weather in your jungle. Is it raining or is it really hot? Maybe there's a river running through it. On the count of 3, we're all going to make these sounds together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and stop. See how you can create the sounds of a completely different environment to the one in your classroom. Brilliant. So now you've got the 2 pieces you need to record your final audio drama. You've got the lines you recorded earlier, as well as the soundscapes you've just made to help build the world that the story lives in. What we're going to do now is piece them together to create your final piece. Using any easy-to-use audio editing software, you just need to layer them together. Make sure the volume is correct, so that way one's not overpowering the other, and you can really hear the lines that are coming through whilst building that sound in the background. Sometimes you might want to hear more sound from the soundscape than the lines. Maybe there's a period of silence where you just want the listeners to sit in the world that you've built. Sometimes it's more important to have no sound in the background. It might really help build drama in a really loud and tense moment in your piece. Have a play around and see what works in different moments of your audio drama. Once that's done, you're ready to go and you've created your first piece. Now you've made your first audio drama, it's time to share them. Send them to a different group and maybe listen to theirs as well. Have a listen to what they've done with their lines and their emotions that we learned earlier, also how they've built their world as a soundscape. See how that differs to yours and what different effects it has and how different moments can be drawn out. Thank you very much for listening to my workshop. I've been Ben Quashie and this has been how to adapt your book into an audio drama.